So in this video, I'm going to walk through the Chapter 3.1 activities. So this is all about trying to determine what's the story problem and how do we write equations for addition and subtraction to help us solve the problem. So the four types are on the left-hand side, and on the right are the first set of problems. So we have 12 books on the bottom shelf, 9 books on the top shelf. How many books are there in all? So if I read that, there's no change occurring. So I'm not joining or separating. I'm talking about how many there are in an entire set. If I take two smaller sets and combine them. So that's taking the part from the bottom, the part from the top, and putting them together. So this is a part whole example. So if I look at the equation of how do I write it, I take one part plus the other part to equal the whole. Now the next problem, the mother giraffe is 13 feet tall. She is 5 feet taller than her baby. How tall is the baby giraffe? Again, there's no action occurring here. It's not like I'm taking away some height from one of the giraffes. I'm comparing the two. This one's taller than that one. So that when I see that, it should come very quickly that that is a comparison problem. Now I want to look at how do they set this up. If I look at my example, I take the reference set, the compared set, and the difference is going to be what they're equal to. So the referent in this case is the mother giraffe. She's 13 feet tall. What the next number is 5 feet taller. That's the difference between the mother giraffe and what she's being compared to, the baby. So in this case, the baby's height goes here, which I do not know, and I know that difference is 5. Now the final problem. LeBron James scored 24 points in the 3 quarters. He scored more points in the 4th quarter and ended the game with 31 points. How many points did he score? So this is an action problem. He's actually doing something. He has got some points. He gets more points. So he's increasing the number of points he has. That should recognize then, because the action is causing me to get more, but that's a change join problem. Now if I go through and set it up, I have an amount. That's my original amount through the first 3 quarters. I score more points. So I don't know how many I scored in the 4th quarter. And I know what did I end up at the end. In the end, I ended up with 31 points. So that's the first set of problems. Now the next one. Janelle has 7 trolls in her collection. How many more does she have to buy to have 11 trolls? So again, she has an amount. She has to get to another amount. So she has to do an action of purchasing. And that's an increase. If you read, she's going from 7 to 11. So this is, again, a change join problem. The corresponding equation, similar to the LeBron James problem, she had 7. Then she has the number that she bought, and that's what leaves her with 11. So if I'm thinking about how could I go about solving this problem, direct modeling, what you'll see students do is they could lay out 7 blocks and then see how many more blocks do they need to get up to 11. And they'd see, oh, I need 4 more blocks. A counting technique would be to take your hands and put 7 fingers up and then to go through and count using your fingers. How many more fingers do I have to use to get to 11? So it starts 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Oh, that took 4 fingers. That would be my counting technique. Now take a minute to watch what the students do, these 2 videos on how they deal with the trolls, and see, when you think about it, how did the student go about solving the problem? Was the student correct? How does that compare to maybe some of the ways you solved the problem? And was it something that you expected? So you should go through and watch these on your own and then come back and start the next problem. Now the next problem has Willie having 12 crowns, Lucy has 7 crowns. How many more crowns does Willie have than Lucy? So I'm again doing a comparison between these two. I'm comparing Willie and Lucy's number of crowns. So I have 12 for Willie. He's being compared to Lucy, and what we don't know is the difference between them. Now if I was solving this problem direct modeling, what you'll see students do often is lay down 12 blocks, pull 7 away, and see, oh, there's 5 blocks left. That would be your direct modeling. A counting technique would be to start at 12 and then count down. 11, 10, 9, 8, 7. And see that it took 5, you took your fingers 5 times to get to 7. Now I have another video up here of a student working with this problem. Examine what they did, what you think about the work that they did, and see, is it what you would have expected? And if you have any questions about the way that they worked through that problem. I have one last problem, and it has a corresponding video of students' work, so you should go and watch these videos. They are great to see how students problem solve through problems that may seem kind of complex, especially when some of these students are in early elementary school. So Sam had 11 stickers. He gave 5 stickers to his sister. How many stickers does Sam have left? So he had some, he took away, and what's he have left? That means when I'm taking some away, I'm separating. And one of the key things you should be paying attention to is the fact that here's an action where it's taking away, or here's an action that's making it larger. And that specifically tells you how to set up the equation. And that equation is important because it helps you think about how does the student actually solve the problem. We're not trying to get to the point of just where solving the problem. We want to know how is it set up correctly. So that's very important. So when we write the corresponding equation, Sam had 11. She gave away 5. And we're looking at what's that difference. Or you could say what's left. So maybe we'll write that instead. Similar to the comparison problem, what you'll see students do is they could lay out 11 blocks and then pull 5 away and say, oh, there's 6 blocks left. That's how many are left. Counting technique, again, start at 11 and count down to 5 and say, hey, that took me 6 fingers to get down to 5. Here is one final video that you'll find. Please watch it. Think about what did the student do? How is it different than what you may have done? And see if you how it might have been what you expected and whether or not you would have expected them to come up with that. Now on D2L you will also find some more of these types of problems with the answer key to help you make sure you understand both how to determine the story type problem as well as how to write the correct equation. So make sure to check that out as well.